Welcome to Paranormal Activity 3, the movie where you are literally watching paint dry. Oh shit, it's Katie again! If I see that dickhead Mika live or on pre-recorded footage, I'm gonna add 50 cents to this bitch automatically. Just FYI. I mean, just because I had to say his name, I'm adding us into this movie. Hashtag Mika is a douche.
I don't see that box of tapes that Katie brought over. Looks like that's the only thing that's missing.
Who's even watching these? What is the intended audience? The tape thief? And if it is the thief, who is it? Is it the viewer? Is it the dead grandma? Is it the ghost? Did the ghost get a VHS player? The fuck? 1988? So this is before the other two films? Jesus leapfrogging Christ. Also, that's 18 years prior to any of these films' plots. Yet the VHS tape containing it hasn't worn out or warped or generally gone to shit as VHS tapes are known to do. This is extremely amateurish editing, even for home movies. The problem with found footage films is that a lot of the found footage is boring ass filler bull. Like Grandma's obviously evil.
Katie, take it easy.
Wait, is this all a flashback of the chick from the first movie's childhood? Why wasn't this footage found and included in the first movie then? Or the second? This guy's Fox Mulder garage.
My assistant, Randy.
Having an assistant named Randy. Also, this hoarder's garage having asshole having an assistant. So, of course, Katie and Christy's new dad was a video enthusiast. Because how else were they going to shoot all the Paranormal Activity 3? This is a pretty fancy house for 1988. What does Julie do exactly, other than raise two expensive children?
Oh, Julie?
Movie gives zero explanation as to why this asshole might be filming this right now. But whatever. You're about to be jump scared, which you love, so what the f do you care? Jesus, why doesn't the Paranormal Activity ever affect people who live in apartments or trailers and shit? Why only the wealthy? No one answered my call, so let's continue filming the creepy rich house in total silence, because that's what the screenwriter told us to do. Teddy Ruxpin is well known to be one of the most terrifying children's toys of all time. This is already a clue that terrible things will happen. Demon that leaves absolutely no trace of itself anywhere stuck his claws in lamb's blood before going a-haunting one night, but only left his markings on this door one time and nowhere else. That camera absolutely has a light attachment. Please turn it on.
Whoa.
Jump scare daughter.
We haven't even started smoking it, and you're already paranoid.
Movie rips off the parents casually smoke pot thing from the original Poltergeist. This is why there's so many quick edits to what should be straight filmed home movies. There's probably an extra hour of this somewhere. She was more concerned about smoking pot on camera than having sex on camera. Isn't he supposed to be a professional videographer? This lighting is atrocious. Regardless of any ghosts or demons, those two sisters had their mom's quasi-sex tape on hand for a while, and that's f***ed up. The only way you could be this awkward filming a sex tape with your own wife would be if you'd never had sex before.
What is that?
Conveniently, this movie's poltergeist demon waits until just before the nudity to show up for haunting activity. Also, and totally coincidentally, this movie's poltergeist demon hates my penis. So, did the demon cause an earthquake, thereby demonstrating in the third movie of a series way more power than previously demonstrated in the earlier films? Or is the earthquake some kind of coincidence timed exactly with the appearance of this family's poltergeist? Because, damn, either way, sin is f***. Dust settles on a ghostly figure and he just sits there, but the ghost later complains about having a hand put on him. Either you're corporeal or not, dude. Also, the f*** is this asshole just sitting here in the bedroom watching this porno being shot anyway? Also, thankfully for this movie's many videotaped endeavors, Discount Mika is a video whiz with a garage full of all the equipment.
Did you see that in the corner?
Yeah, I see, like, dust.
Yeah, you totally can't see the dust settling midair. I guess every one of these movies needs the person who doesn't believe in anything to manufacture artificial tension character.
Like when people think they see the Virgin Mary in their toast.
Haha, but the famous Virgin Mary toast happened back in 1994, 6 years after the events of this movie.
Julie?
Yeah, I'm back here.
Unlike previous films in the franchise, this movie doesn't even lift a finger to try and explain why this guy is constantly recording everything in his life, including spousal disputes. Sure, new boyfriend, install a camera in my young daughter's room. The ghost is the least of these kids' problems based on mom's decision-making. There is no way this asshole is changing tapes every 6 hours to capture all the things he needs to capture. Were these titles edited in after the fact? If so, by who? And if not, can we admit that this is a quirk of filmmaking and the VHS point of view that we're watching is not in fact all this movie is? Also, you're telling me this family somehow captured HD video with night vision in multiple rooms in 1988 without selling their souls to the devil?
Be quiet so we don't wake Katie up.
Tell me, why is the demon real, but its voice isn't? Now, you might say that only Christy can hear it because of some sort of children power, but why can't the videotape pick it up? Does the videotape have to believe before it records it? Perfect decor for every 80s child. A blurry poster of Jem?
You haven't been around kids for that long. They do weird things.
Wife and mother dismisses her child talking to an off-camera ghost as a weird thing. Or did he not play her the video, but still somehow try and explain what happened? Movie glosses over the obvious answer for the family's haunting within the first 30 minutes.
It should either be called Back to the Past.
Present. Back to the present.
Lame conversation about Back to the Future 3 years after the first one came out and a year before the sequel's release, in case you forgot it was the 80s. Paranormal Activity 3, even more nighttime surveillance footage of nothingness. That's right, a light terrifyingly turns itself on and off again. Maybe it's a poster of Springsteen? Ghost waits a minimum of 7 days to truly start transitioning from mild hijinks to full haunting, as per the Poltergeist Accord of 1985. In every previous scene of this bedroom, the red light of the recording camera has been visible in the closet door mirror. But tonight, there is no red light, which means we are watching video from a camera that is not recording anything. It's just the demon's wang, dude. I mean, at any point during filming, did anyone research the home video recording capabilities of 1988? Because it seems pretty obvious they did not. Julie and Dennis helpfully leave their door cracked so we can see part of something happening every once in a while. Is that a real daughter or a ghost? Oh, who the f am I kidding? I don't give a shit. There was a little girl there, but now she's not. Spooky.
You told me to get the books. I got you the books. That's what a library is. It's for borrowing.
First off, it takes like 5 minutes to get a library card. Second off, library has all the answers to your ghost problems, cliche.
What are you doing?
Nothing, we're just playing the game.
With Dad's obviously NASA expensive 1080p video camera. Duh. Hey, that's the same day Greg Louganis hit his head on the diving board. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, the light is brighter now. Ooh. Demon Wang officially busts a nut.
It was fine, right? Didn't break.
Once again, demonic poltergeist asshole is more concerned with college prank dickery than actual scares or murders. Here's the riveting Toby Locke's older sister in a closet scene, intended to make the viewer feel impatience at the lack of actual scary shit going on in this film. Let me see, I'm a demon, better close this door. Not all the way though. The babysitter is dressed like a f***ing skipper doll.
Oh, I'm a ghost. Hello, Dennis. You found the ghost.
Hello Dennis, you found the ghost.
Hi, Dennis.
This babysitter is a jump scare dick who knows she's in a third-rate horror film. Also, she's clearly banging Discount Mika. Also, that's Jenny Matrix from Video Game High School. Now I know for sure this shit isn't real found footage. Wait, I mean, I knew all along. Yeah, that's better. I'll fix it in post. Movie finally pays off this panning camera bullshit with something cool. Too bad it's after a dozen instances of it revealing nothing cool and I've stopped caring. I thought the little girl said the ghost was big. It's clearly a child-sized ghost. This goddamn babysitter takes so long to walk up the freaking stairs, I'm inclined to think the concept for this film was threadbare, and the screenwriter was forced to really stretch some shit. Why is she so curious about the closet door? Isn't it just a normal closet door? Can she hear the demon? Wow, selfish child guardian abandons children at first sign of supernatural trouble. What the director surely thought would be a suspense-building positive use of repetition turns out to merely be repetition for the sake of repetition. And it makes me rage. You know what, sudden little girl? I don't give a shit. Are you one of the daughters? Are you a ghost? I don't fucking care if you're a talking stalk of broccoli. You can f the hell right off after the last hour I just sat through. What do you think of that routine, Bob? Well, I mean, she didn't fall, but to be honest, I think I've seen more creative choreography from pretty much every other balance beam competitor here tonight. Sure, that's a big fall there, but there's really no danger. I guess this is supposed to be scary because the demon loves playing with children? This might be the most frustrating haunting since that blowjob ghost from Ghostbusters came to my window and told me she was all out of blowjobs.
See the sheet?
Yeah, that's probably the spooky highlight of the night. But did you see Christy jumping off the non-child-proof stairway down into the living room? That's at least a tie.
Did you show Julie?
No, man, what are you kidding?
Not showing the mother of the haunted children pretty good evidence of their being haunted is a dumb call. You know, I've watched an hour of this movie, and I honestly don't know which of these two young girls is Katie from the first movie. That speaks to either the filmmaker's lack of detail and differentiation, or my lack of fucks given. It would be creepy to see this little girl stand in one place for a long time via sped-up footage, if I hadn't seen the same in the first movie. No matter how unexpected they are, crayon scribbles are just not very menacing.
Sorry, Dennis. Not my idea.
Adult babysitter thinks this apology will excuse him doing whatever a small child commands. Camera indicator light is a deep metaphor for a working camera, symbolizing a camera working. Demon redecorating. Instead of showing my wife the crazy-ass video footage I've assembled, let's talk about witches and shit with no proper context. Also, these 1930s witches stole the sons of brainwashed girls. Why exactly? To what end? For what actual purpose?
This is your fault.
If only I had proof that it wasn't. But where will I find it? The night his wife yells no more cameras, unrepentant and deaf husband records their slumber. There may be witches and ghosts harming children in the house, but a man's still gotta work. Also, husband's work appears to involve editing crowd footage for Girls Gone Wild videos. Also, even though he has video proof of weird shit going on in the house, he still puts on sound-canceling headphones to edit his work videos late at night in the haunted house. Obs.
Just ignore it!
These parents set up this house so their daughters could be screaming bloody murder without the parents having to be bothered by hearing it. If this demon wants Katie all of a sudden, why is it letting her go back to the beds? These parents are some heavy f***ing sleepers.
Well, do it! Just let her go!
Demon's plan entirely centers on a girl's power to convince her parents to move in with evil grandma.
Hello? Weird.
Mom, whose kids are pleading with her to realize ghosts are in their house, merely thinks a door knock with no actual visitor is weird. Also, if the grandma and the demon are working in concert, why did he interrupt the phone call to play more goddamn pranks? In fact, why not do all this in the first place? Also, notice how conveniently the cordless phone she left on the counter didn't show back up during this demon avalanche. You mean it's still September? Long after his wife declared the taping would end, he's still taping, and taping his wife to boot. Also, good for Dennis, making sure this film had a proper establishing shot.
So who's the lucky guy?
Toby?
So, this is supposedly the moment where Christy became betrothed to the demon, and her firstborn son is actually his. So, that takes us to a very important question. When Christy and her husband reversed the curse in the last movie, why did that even work? If the goal is to claim a son, why was he even bothering with Katie in the first movie? So, they left their home and went to Grandma's house, and she's still letting him set up cameras to shoot everything?
When's your mom gonna let us sleep in the same bed?
Maybe she's retired and on a fixed income and can't afford a double or queen bed, ass. Ever think of that? Also, these assholes are going to bed at 9:31 p.m. Who the f does that? There's virtually no reason I'm standing here except for the audience scare quotient. Okay, new house, more ghost wife missing. Better grab my camera and record this The ghost that no one could see earlier now casts a shadow. Sometimes. 30 full goddamn seconds of walking across a sidewalk. Also, here is what the closed captioning actually says right now. This guy finds several strangers in his garage who chase him back into the main house, and his first move is to call for his wife and run upstairs silently, as opposed to immediately calling 911. And Julie is dead, because why exactly? Because she said she didn't want a son? You mean they can brainwash people into forgetting all this shit, but they can't brainwash a married couple into having unprotected sex? This dickhead somehow decides after his possessed wife dive-bombed him on the stairs that he needs to pick up the camera before collecting his daughter. This is why people hate found footage movies, FYI. Now he knows how to operate the camera light when they're trying to hide from a ghost. Feels like the demon possessed the wrong kid. He was focused on the younger daughter throughout the entire movie, but now he's taking up residence in this one. Sure. Well, this scene made me lose my boner, that's for sure. Also, evil grandma just pulled a Cruciatus curse on him after doing basically nothing other than looking creepy the whole movie. Also, who the f is this woman? All we've been hearing about all this movie is f***ing Toby. Now this is this supposed to count as a surprise?
Come on, Toby.
Okay, so is, like, the grandma in charge of Toby? Is Toby the demon who was impregnating the girls to have their ghost babies that they then had no memory of? Is it a family ghost that went from generation to generation? Why was the mother skipped? So many questions, but mostly...
You give me oral pleasure.
Will you kiss it?
Hello? What do you look like? 5. Yes. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow. Look at that tent.
Look at her butt. It is so big.
Each leap brings us closer to God. Catch me, Lord, catch me. Can you tell us a story?
Sure. What kind of story?
Ghost story. I see dead people. There's a monster outside my room. Can I have a glass of water?
Don't you get it? You see the hat? I am Mrs. Nesbit.
So you Bloody Mary 3 times, and then you wait a little bit, and then you turn the lights back on, and then you're supposed to see her body in the mirror, and she's gonna try to kill you.
Okay, let's do it.
Candyman. Candyman. Candyman.
Meep meep. Meep meep.
I need a light.